dark outside last night in Florida. Everybody's flying and driving home tomorrow.
Sad day.
Ladies and gentlemen, Brian the Beer Snob.
So I gotta do this Orange Blossom. It's Orange Blossom Brewing Company's Honey Pilsner. Orange Blossom, that's the state flower in Florida, and there's orange blossom honey in here. It's good stuff.
I'm excited.
Beautiful graphic.
5.5% alcohol.
Okay.
I was gonna say for a pilsner, you don't see. I don't know
Yeah.
pilsners. I think of a
I
pilsner
gotta
as
say,
like,
of all the styles of beer, Pilsners are my least favorite.
I'm with you.
But I'm sure this is going to taste magnificent.
I was pleasantly surprised to see. I was watching the pour over here to see what was going on. I was pleasantly surprised to see a plus 5% pilsner. I mean, like you said, I think
Yeah,
a
this
pilsner
is
being-
5.5% alcohol.
I think my hard pour turned out okay this time.
Look at mine.
On my third or fourth review, I finally got it right.
Nice.
Honey Blossom.
Smells
Brewed
great.
with real orange blossom honey.
Good scent.
See, this head doesn't have nearly the big size bubbles as that Florida one.
It's very
You're
fluffy.
right. And I mean, just looking at it, you know, it's definitely filtered and it's definitely not hazy like the last couple we've been reviewing.
What do you think about that? It says there are 2.3 teaspoons of pure orange blossom honey in every can. But don't go thinking you're getting a mouthful of sweetness. The fermentation process gives it a crisp, refreshing flavor. Sans candy acery.
Well, before you
What?
move on, I got
What's
What was the last part?
So crack open a cold one. The bees need the work.
Wow.
candy acery. It's on the can.
Well,
it is on the can.
I
Let me
think
taste again. See
You
if I
know
get
that
some
because
of
the
that.
yeast love to eat sugar, and then they belch out the CO2 and they pee out alcohol. I think they've pretty much devoured all of the honey that's in here because I don't taste any of it. It's not sweet.
It's interesting. It's not sweet, but it doesn't have a bite. It's
Yeah.
very smooth with honestly really good flavor. I think very easy drinking, but
Yeah, if there is just
flavor-
a hint of sweetness, it's not.
You know, I like that word you keep using. Sweetness. It reminds me of somebody. You know who we're talking about?
I don't know.
One of the best running backs to ever play the game of football.
Well,
One of the
that's
best.
That's not what I thought you were gonna say.
Arguably the best, which I would argue on the side that he is.
Yeah. Well, KK went to Chicago this summer,
I like this a lot.
and she was up there. It was a girls' trip. Her and her two other friends went up there, and she texted me saying, what they were going to do for the day. So I just responded back. I said, well, if you get over by Soldier Field, like 3 women are going to do that, I said, take a picture by the sweetness statue that's there. And she just replies, okay, which I know means whatever. I ain't doing it. Guess what? 45 minutes later, I get a text on my phone. She's posing next to the sweetness statue.
Wow. Good woman there.
Hey, great football player and great man.
Cheers to KK
Cheers.
and
Well,
sweetness.
Cheers to KK.
I did get to see Sweetness play. I'm a Tampa Bay Buck fan through and through, and I got to watch Walter Payton score against my Bucks.
Hey, look, it's all coming full circle. We got the orange for the Bears, we got the orange for the Bucks,
Oh yeah,
and we got sweetness written all over the can.
Sweetness. I
I
tell you
really
what.
like this one a lot.
You guys don't know, well, Stefan. I always thought when I watched Stefan run the ball, he ran and looked just like Sweetness.
I'm with you.
Had the same body type, had the same running style.
Yep.
Of course, now they don't know him as Stefan; they know him as Young Meech.
Young
It's
Meech.
Young Meech. Shout out, it's Young Meech. You're gonna get a hashtag on this video.
Is Young Meech a subscriber? Because I like having celebrity subscribers.
Yep,
You
yep.
know?
This is
We
his
hobnob
call
with
to action.
stars over here. Yep. I need to get Young Meech over here in a
You
video.
need Young Meech in the video.
Man, imagine if I had Young Meech's subscribers following me just because he got in one of my videos. Man.
We'll work on that.
Well, we get the whole West Coast following you.
I do West Coast IPAs.
All right. So what do we think? Is it sweet?
You know, it has a subtle sweetness. I'm thinking that, you know, with me anyway, sweetness kind of compounds over the time. So the more I'm drinking it, the sweeter I'm noticing it's getting. So I don't think I could drink, you know, 3 of these in a row, because by the third one, I think I'd be noticing way too much sweetness.
Right.
But it started out very mildly, but it's just,
I do think they've done a nice job with this. It's really good balance of flavor.
yes, like I say, that
Subtle
honey
orange.
totally knocks out the any source of bitterness like this.
And I know I've said it already, but I think, gentlemen, if your wives or girlfriends or women in your life don't love beer, but you'd like to share beer with them, I think you could get them to drink this, absolutely.
I will say that Blue Moon Mango Wheat was a lot sweeter to me. That to me was,
It was.
sweet. This one I could probably have 2 of before I'm going to switch. Mango
Yeah.
Wheat, one and done, maybe even 3/4. I wasn't a little too sweet for me.
Yeah, I think if the honey is in there from the beginning of the process, then the yeast are going to eat all of that. But if you added the honey halfway through the process, there'd be more of a sweetness. But it's good for a pilsner. I mean, it's good. But I think I could just drink 1, maybe 2 in a row tops of this, and then I think I'd be done. But this.
Speaking of
pleasant.
honey, what are you working on over here?
Well, I've always seen this done. I figured I'd give it a shot, see what we can come up with here.
Oh, just trying to solve a Rubik's Cube
Is this-
casually during a beer review?
Well, I
Wait,
figured
is
it
this
was
the first time
Whoa.
ever that a Rubik's Cube has been solved during a beer review?
And just
This
like
could
that,
be. This
it's
could be.
done.
This was not trick photography.
I'm-
Amazing. Totally amazing.
Well, hey, cheers to that.
Wow,
Yeah.
cheers to
I
that.
thought they'd be a little bit further along in the drink, but apparently they've been solving mind games over there. But
Let me catch up. I really like this one a lot. I was savoring it.
Are you down with the OBP?
I'm down for OVP.
Yeah, you know me.
OVP.
this is an Orlando
Well-
beer. You got your Orange Blossom Pilsner. You got
Mm-hmm.
what was that road in isn't it Orange Blossom? Is it Boulevard? Or what's that main road in Orlando?
Sounds
Orange
right.
Blossom
I've
Trail.
never been to
We
Orlando.
probably actually.
It's been
We
so
were
many
just-
years. It's been 25 years since I went through there. I don't know. OBT, I think.
Maybe
they
our
call it. Orange
followers
Blossom
can
Trail.
help us out on that.
I'm sure somebody from Orlando or Florida can clue us in. Do it in the comments below.
Do it in the comments.
Honey
Let's hear your
Pilsner.
thoughts.
This is probably my first Honey Pilsner I've ever tasted.
So, question.
Probably
what,
my favorite Pilsner because
I would expect, if you told me the name, honey, orange, all this, I would have thought, too sweet for me, I can't drink it. But
You
this
would have
is-
passed this up
is
on the
enjoyable.
shelf.
This is enjoyable.
So, what is the normal taste profile of a Pilsner? I think our
What, do we
followers
look
are
like beer
dying to
snobs
know.
to you or something?
Precisely.
it's a flavor I don't really care for, but how to describe it?
To me, it doesn't have as much flavor as some of the beers. So
Okay.
It's kind of a light, at least.
Like
well,
Pilsner, Lager, IPA, or where does it fall in kind of the scale
Well, see,
of...
I took some flack
fullness?
from some, I believe they were Czech.
Czech friends?
Is it Czech
Our friends in
Republic?
the Czech Republic?
It's not Czechoslovakia
Czechoslovakians?
anymore. It's
Oh, yeah,
Czech
yeah,
Republic. But when I did a beer review, there was 3 beers in a pack. It was called the best. No, that's Belgium. Where's Czech? Oh, I did a beer called a Czech
Also, leave it in the
Czechvar B.
comments.
Czechvar B, I think is what it was called. Original. I didn't know that was the original Budweiser. I just thought it was a Czech
I
beer.
just learned something today.
So I'm drinking it, and I'm not overly impressed with it. I wasn't impressed with either of the Czech beers that I did. And then I get all these comments under the video talking about these guys are drinking the original Budweiser and they're acting so unimpressed. Well, to be honest, I'm not impressed with Budweiser.
It was my
The
dad.
There it is.
The,
There it is.
the American version. I'm not talking about the original, because apparently this Budvar is a Czech word that's for the town, and it's translated, I guess, in English into Budweis, not Budvar, but Budweis, which became Budweiser over here. But yeah,
Why?
yeah,
Sir.
I'm not really
Oh.
impressed with any of those gas station variety beers that
Whoa,
Or
whoa!
not.
Now
They're
some
mass
gas
produced.
stations sell some good beer.
They do. I'm
so-
talking about the mass-produced ones that have been around forever, and they're, like I said, people's first beers.
Right.
That some people just stick with the whole. They never like. Those are elementary school version.
Well, maybe
beers.
like entry level.
They're entry level, but it's like some people enter into that level and they stay at that level forever.
They
don't
fall
ever,
in love.
Yeah.
They don't ever experiment out of it, but if they did, they'd find out there's so many different things. I mean,
Well-
there's a lot of beers out there that don't taste like beers.
Okay, but
I don't like. I like my
back-
beers to
Yeah.
taste like beer, but they have a lot of.
Back to my original question: would we say a pilsner is usually more a light beer?
Well, basically, we don't know the answer, so we're going to tell you a
Yeah.
long story to
Okay.
get around it. So we're going to.
Maybe you can leave that in the comments.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do some googling after this.
Yeah, because there's another misconception about Brian the beer snob means that I'm smart. I'm not smart. I'm snobby when it comes to the flavors of the beers. I like the nice flavorful ones.
Well,
Well,
as
I
someone who doesn't know a lot about beers, I would describe this as a lighter, easy drinking,
Well, you
but
see-
flavorful.
The color, it is very light. I mean, you can see through it.
Right.
It's light. It's yellow. The head didn't last very long at all, even with a hard pour. It's to me, it's like not. It's nothing. It doesn't stand out. Of all the beers in the room, the pilsners aren't the ones I ever notice.
Right.
I
Yeah.
kind
definitely.
of look over them for something that's got a little bit more
Pizzazz.
Yeah.
That's a good word.
pizzazz.
This is a good afternoon beverage.
It is.
Well-
It would go good in the hot sun.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I like it. I like I said, to me,
It's good flavor.
I thought it would be a lot sweeter, and I could have more than one of these. And normally for sweet beers, I'm one and done. I gotta switch to something a little more hoppy, a little less sugar in my mind.
Yeah. So now that I'm at the bottom of the glass, I'm trying to resist taking the last gulp so I can finally get one
Uh-huh.
right. To me, what this tastes like now at the bottom of the glass is like you had a drink, like either Coke or tea or something that you've been nursing for a long time, and the ice cubes in it have started to melt. And so now what I'm left with at the bottom is it almost tastes watered down version of what I was drinking earlier. Even though there was no ice in it to melt, it's just the flavor is it's weak.
Well, look who needs to catch up now.
Oh, look at this. Well, all right. Well, I guess we're gonna sign off from lovely Florida.
Lovely
Well,
Florida, what a wonderful
Before
trip.
you do, I want to say it's Brian the beer snob to you guys, but it's Uncle Brian the beer snob to us.
Look at this.
And
Cheers
what
to
a
him.
wonderful trip, and we've had such a great time guest appearing, hosting,
reviewing,
guest
starring. Guest-
starring.
yeah, we like guest starring. We're gonna go with guest
some
starring.
people may say.
They told me they got a great studio in California.
Oh, yeah.
I can
We
go
do.
Wait for
shoot
the on
some-
location.
Shoot some nice location videos over there. Looking forward to that.
Thank you
Alright.
for letting us crash your reviews, Uncle Brian.
Yes, we gotta do this again.
Cheers.
Thanks everyone for stopping by and joining us on vacation, and we'll see you next time. Till then.
That's my tagline.
Wait, I love doing this. Do we have more
What's your
beers?
tagline? You gotta have a